And as far as signs go, this one is pretty hard to ignore, but already there are doubts about this new tool that the Ford government is using to replace those speed enforcement cameras that were shut down earlier this month. Let's bring in Alan Carter now. And Alan, it's the size of those signs that's prompting some concern tonight.
Cynthia, one counselor we spoke to says the size of these new signs will create blind spots for drivers. And the signs in question are meant to go in school zones, like this one here on Victoria Park, where there used to be an automated speed camera. And now, instead, there will be a sign saying this indeed is a school zone. Brampton City Councillor Rowena Santos stands beside the newly mandated school zone signs from the province. She thinks they could be a safety hazard.
I'm concerned actually about how huge it is because it's going to cause a lot of blind spots in many of the areas where the school zones actually are. Kids can actually play peekaboo behind these signs. If a child is behind the sign and crossing the street, cars will not be able to see that.
The signs are part of a number of road safety enhancements funded by the province to replace automated speed cameras, which the Ford government called a cash grab. But the new signs are too big for municipal poles, so cities will have to install new infrastructure.
We have received signs for 20 school zones. And yes, they're too big, and we have to get new poles. The province said they would cover the cost.
The signs were made public. The configurations of the signs have been made public since early October. The individuals know and the municipalities know. They've had a lot of prior knowledge to that as well. They've been in conversation with the ministry. They've received their allocations. So when it comes down to securing a sign, I think the municipalities can figure out how to install a sign.
Toronto's mayor says she doesn't know if the signs are a safety hazard, but she does know the city has more than 600 school zones, but only enough signs for 20.
I don't know why 20 locations. I didn't make that decision. It's up to the provincial government.
Okay.
And there are no options to ask for more signs unless someone changed their mind.
Beyond more signs, Toronto has asked the provincial government to provide over $30 million to cover programs like crossing guards, formerly paid for by speed cameras. The Ford government is providing $210 million province-wide for new traffic calming measures. As to the response from the City of Toronto that it needs millions of dollars to replace the money that came in from the cameras, the province just says, well, that proves its point, that this was a revenue-generating tool. Cynthia.
Okay, Alan, so speaking of speed cameras, dozens were vandalized over the summer. We did many stories on that, and now they've been turned off. But what is the status with the vandal investigations into that?
I asked the police chief about that today. There has been very little information about the investigation. There have been no arrests. So then I asked this.
Considering that there have been no arrests, and the cameras are now gone, have the vandals won?
And the short answer is no. They have not. These are policy decisions made by others that, as the chief, I'm not going to comment on any further.
I trust the chief and his team to get to the bottom of all these criminals that actually, and charge them with mischief, and they should get the kind of punishment that they deserve.
Hundreds of cameras were damaged over the course of this year, including 16 in a single night in September. The Parkside Drive camera was cut down 7 times. Cynthia.
We remember that well. Alan Carter, thank you.